Time to go racing in China then. Alonso to the right, Verstappen on the left. As we come to 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Max Verstappen. And Hulkenberg as well in the middle. Brilliant start from him. But Verstappen looking towards the inside on Fernando Alonso and getting the edge done on the Spaniard. It's a good move already from Max Verstappen. He's back in the lead again after his win in Australia last time out. Hulkenberg and Russell side by side as we come down through the corners. And well, it's been all too good as well for Lewis Hamilton, who stays in 3rd place. And well, he's going to try and have a run down on Alonso. Maybe have a good go and have a look down, but not quite enough. But West also making up ground in the background as well. Looking at the Ferrari, he's making dives everywhere. But Hulkenberg up to P4 on lap 1. But currently Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Russell. I think that's Jack Doohan in there as well. And Yuki Tsunoda, Ocon, Sainz and Behrman as well. And then West in there as well. It's a good start though from the Ferrari driver of West, and Hamilton also up in the top 3 too. But Verstappen's already made a massive gap on Fernando Alonso as we come through the long sweeping right-hander of turn 12. Hulkenberg though, with his car performance, will it be enough to stay in P4 as we come down this long back straight? It's one of the longest in Formula 1. And here we go, Hamilton, diving down the inside on Fernando Alonso, and well, trying to make Alonso yield, if you like, if you might say. But Hamilton up to P2, a good move from him, but Alonso already down 2 positions, and we come to the end of lap 1. Verstappen then leads. And he's almost perfect for Max Verstappen. West going off in the background, a bit too late, but Alonso maybe trying to size up a move on his former McLaren teammate back in 2007. They've been when they were fighting for the World Championship and taking points off each other. They didn't win that title that year, and Alonso could have been a 3-time World Champion, but his closest chance as well. Here comes Nico Hulkenberg though, looking towards the outside on Fernando Alonso and trying to get ahead at the apex, and I think he might have it here. Fernando Alonso has lost another position, but this time Nico Hulkenberg's up in the podium positions. What a brilliant start from the Sauber driver. Well, I think he's having a brilliant time so far this season. After his antics in Australia, now here in China, he's doing even better than we thought. Now then, on the backstretch we come, and well, Hulkenberg, well, he's pressure free. I think Alonso's just losing a lot of time to the other drivers in the field. Jack Doohan's right up there as well. He's having a really good first couple of races for Alpine. There are rumours that he's going to be replaced by Franco Colapinto, but it's unlikely that that's going to happen. If he keeps these results up at 100%, stays in the top 10 throughout this race. George Russell now making a move. The Brit, Mr. Saturday as he's called, straight down the inside on Nico Hulkenberg. A perfect move. Well, Tsunoda also trying to make ground up on Ocon, and don't think he's quite got it there, but I think he's Jack Doohan, sorry. I don't think he quite got it there, but it's continuing onwards. Nicely, but it's all too easy at the minute for Max Verstappen. He's 4 seconds ahead after 3 laps, and it's just Red Bull dominance. But here is the race start yet again. And he comes to 5 red lights, and Verstappen just gets an it's an almost equal start, but I think it's more the Red Bull, and he's on the hard tyres, Alonso, as well, so he's not going to get the traction that he wants. And this was the move Hulkenberg had on Alonso on lap 2. He really tries that, but I think the soft tyres just really helped the grip. Here we are then, Yuki Tsunoda then. Looking to try and make a move on Jack Doohan, but defends quite nicely. Brilliant aerial shot of showing how these cars just sweep through the corners, and look at the gap in the background. Verstappen and Hamilton are for nearly 5 seconds now adrift. And you can also see West getting involved as well, just behind Carlos Sainz. But this is Shanghai International Circuit, been on the calendar since 2004. It's been staple on the Formula 1 calendar, the Chinese Grand Prix, and last year a Chinese driver, he now drives for the reserve role in Ferrari as well. It's Guan Yu Zhou. Now Sainz and Ocon really going at it now and trying to get the right traction down. But Esteban Ocon into the last corner, gets the move done. And West also trying to sneak on the inside too. Why not? If you're going to get involved, throwing yourself in there. I mean, and now he's going to have a look at Ocon too. West on the charge. He does go a bit wide, but cut back in, and good move from West to try and keep that ahead. Duhan's also ahead of Fernando Alonso now too. Alonso really dropping down the field. He's gone backwards more than I think he wants to go forwards through the field so far. Well, Hulkenberg still up in P3. He's holding that position really quite nicely. And well, Lando Norris as well. After starting low, he's had to take a couple of engine penalties already. So he's after that retirement in Australia. He's right down the field. Piastri as well, also down the field. Poor qualifying for McLaren. Yuki Tsunoda looking to get past Fernando Alonso. He really does kind of need to. They're holding up his race. He's losing a lot of time to Verstappen. There is talk about this Red Bull second seat and when if anyone is going to win a race in Red Bull colours. George Russell past Hulkenberg and up into P3. And well, West also trying one down the inside, and that was late. That was brave. That was committed down the inside, and Tsunoda didn't really see it coming. Neither did I think Alonso. And well, West going wide at the turn. He's known for going wide quite a bit, but not that much. And Tsunoda's trying to go back at him. Yuki Tsunoda down the inside again, going into turn 1. And well, might have a go. West trying to go back around the outside and maybe having a look. Not quite to be yet. I don't think so. Tsunoda, the two side by side, and well, that almost ended in tears. But Tsunoda, what a move it was in the first place with West. This is the replay of it. Well, Tsunoda goes deep and wow, okay. That was opportune and a bit risky, but it worked out. Well, West up to 6th. Russell also chasing Hamilton. He's 1.7 seconds behind, but Hamilton's 6.5 down behind Max Verstappen. And that is an incredible gap to have after lap 5. And well, if there's any indication that Max Verstappen has not lost any synergy or work or relationship with that Red Bull car, it's showing here. 6.6 now, and you can only see Hamilton's just a distant speck in the distance. Well, there's the train of cars you can see going all the way back down the main straight, coming off turn 13. And well, Lewis Hamilton, he's won the sprint yesterday. He's had a very, very good start to the season so far. And well, Lando Norris right on the tail of Josh Pearce now in that Apex GP car. He's going to swoop around the outside and get the move done quite nicely. Well, Apex GP have been a very welcome addition to the paddock so far this year. They will become, of course, Cadillac next year, but this is the one team that Cadillac were willing to fund to get them onto the grid and get a Cadillac set up for next year. Perfect American team. And their owner Ruben, he loves Formula 1. He has for years, and well, I think he's looking forward to seeing what Cadillac can do when he gets their funding and their stake next year. Fernando Alonso right on the back of Ocon now. Really trying to put the pressure on. He has fallen right back down the grid, and well, to fall 8 positions in the first 6 laps is one thing, but when you're Fernando Alonso in an Aston Martin, it's one thing's another. It might be quite telling going on behind the scenes, but West and Doohan now fighting down the main straight, and Jack Doohan really trying to press on the back of the Brit. And West is really trying here, and West might try another dive bomb down the inside on Hulkenberg, and Hulkenberg will, well, he will give up a position, but West down up to 4th already. You didn't expect that when Doohan was fighting straight up with him. And down the main straight we come. Hulkenberg really closing up on the back of the Scarlet Ferrari. West is liking that deeper line going into turn 1 and 2. It's going a bit deeper and then hooking it inside a bit more. It does put a little bit more strain on the tyres, but if he feels it's faster, then what's working for him, I guess. 7.7 the gap now from Hamilton and Verstappen. I think they're rather enjoying their time out front, Max Verstappen and the Red Bull. It's going to be a 2-stop strategy today. Ferrari say they're going to try a 1-stop on one of the cars. Whether that is... they will try a 1-stop potentially, West and Hamilton, but we'll see. Verstappen though looks set to do a 2-stop strategy. Whether he pits, and I'm actually not sure what tyres he's even on in the first place, but this might be a very interesting mix of strategies on whether you're going to be on worn tyres at the end, really worn tyres, or sort of fresher, newer ones with a time difference. We'll have to see. And well, the risk of safety cars is also there as well. But here comes Jack Doohan down to the right hand side on Nico Hulkenberg. Those soft tyres are starting to wear out, and well, he'll definitely have to do a 2-stop today, Nico Hulkenberg, in that Sauber. Well, West is going deep again. I don't think he's liking those brakes in that Ferrari, to be honest. He used to, well, when you're driving Formula 2 and Formula 3 cars, you do get a bit more, you can stamp the brake and it's a lot easier. Something to get used to into Formula 1 cars, and Hulkenberg also trying on doing is not quite there yet. But it might be wise to box that green and black Sauber before he falls any further down the field. Points are certainly on the cards today for Nico Hulkenberg. Lando Norris is also right on the back of Fernando Alonso now, and that's going to be a probably quite a swift move considering how far Alonso is falling down the field. And well, his teammate Oscar Piastri not doing much better. 17th at the moment, 1.2 behind. He's in a battle with Lance Stroll, so I also think we've done quite quickly. Well, here comes Yuki Tsunoda. He's right on the back of Hulkenberg. Doesn't opt for the move this time, but he's going to stay close. You don't want to make your move too soon, especially when you've got a long DRS zone down the back straight. Well, the order then, after 8 laps of racing, Verstappen, Hamilton 8.7 behind, Russell 2.3 behind Hamilton, West 0.9 behind Russell, Doohan 2.1 behind, Hulkenberg 0.5 behind. This could be, and well, Hulkenberg and Tsunoda really quite battling here. This could be a move that Yuki Tsunoda really needs. And well, Hulkenberg goes straight into the pits. That might be quite a smart move to make already. And now West is right on the back of George Russell. Well, you don't want to get too close. Not too close. And oh, a bit of contact. I think they saw that carbon fibre going, but I think he's all right. Be good to continue. Jack Doohan 3.1 behind this battle here, but not much threat going on. Ocon, I think, also pitting. Unless he's just been in a battle with Pierce. I think he's probably just in a battle. But Ollie Behrman's also boxed, and Looks like he's going to come out ahead of Liam Lawson. He has. So this battle then for P3 is only going to get more and more exciting. West coming down now and right onto the back of George Russell, really trying to find it. Oh, George Russell is really sliding out of turn 11 and 12. Trying to get the traction down, and now West will be right on the back of him. Russell under a lot of pressure now. From the Brits, it's Britain versus Britain. And well, that Ferrari will just swoop around the outside of George Russell and get the move done. And now his sights are then going to be set on his teammate Lewis Hamilton. He does go a bit wide though, and Russell's really, really not liking the grip of these tyres. It might be time for them to go. And well, Verstappen 8.8 ahead. This is going to be a replay. Well, slow motion showing that it might be. Well, it's car control at its finest for George Russell. And West is right on the back. Has George Russell right on his back again, and he will have to try and break the toe at some point if he wants to try and get a bit closer in this race to Lewis Hamilton. Now, I think Max Verstappen and that brilliant battle they had out last time in Australia was, well, box office to say the least. You all raved about it on social media afterwards. And Verstappen wins again today. Remember, it's 25 points for a win, so he'll lead the championship on 50 points, and West in close behind as well, if it stays as is. Well, Lance Stroll looks like he's enjoying life with Albon and Piastri right behind. And Oscar Piastri is really trying to catch and make the most of this opportunity and using hard tyres, and then he'll have the faster set for when he moves a bit further through the field. But Oscar Piastri right on the back of Alex Albon, pulls to the right hand side and will make the toe so worth it down there. Albon's right with him though, and will be side by side going into the apex, and that is a tight move. Piastri does get ahead though, but it won't be all over yet. He's got to get to turn 1, but Verstappen has boxed. Big news, Verstappen box. And this is right at lap 11. So it's going to be a two-stop strategy for Max Verstappen today. Hamilton takes the lead. When will Hamilton and when will West box? This is the question on, I think, everyone's minds. When are Ferrari going to do it? They could double stack, but that's a healthy gap. Well, we will see. But Verstappen comes out behind Alonso because he's going to start on the front row, and Verstappen's already made a stop. That is blistering pace. But Hamilton leads a full Grand Prix for the first time in a Ferrari colour. Scarlet Ferrari, this might be a proud moment for him. A 7-time world champion, hunting an 8th, of course. And well, Russell and West are fighting again. It might be wise to, if Ferrari were going to do a two-stop, to box them now, but depends what sets of tyres they've got. Russell pulling to the right-hand side, no DRS this time from either. And well, West will pull to the inside and try and get the inside line again. And he does try it, and no contact between the two. Very clean between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. Well, no box for Lewis Hamilton, none for West either. And well, Kimi Antonelli on his debut, his poor debut season, the rookie, up into the points past Carlos Sainz and stealing DRS off him as well. A brilliant little move from the rookie. Didn't have as much of a favourable debut last time out, and well, Piastri and Stroll side by side and battling again. And Antonelli having a very, very good race so far. He's up in the points. Josh Pearce also there too. Seems to be very much enjoying himself as well in his debut season. A lot of rookies on the grid this year. If you don't count Sonny Hayes in the modern era, then we're up to 7 rookies for the very first seasons in Formula 1. West, Doohan, Pearce, Antonelli, Hadjar, Behrman, Lawson you could probably count as well into his first full season too. Bortoletto in there as well. There's a lot of F2 promotions last year. West now down the inside on George Russell trying to battle, and Tsunoda's also in the mix too. We will see if as a McLaren spun round is Norris, and I don't think he can get that working again. I don't think he will. But Lando Norris is in a very unsafe position. I think this might be a red flag. And I don't think he can get that car moving either, so he's stranded in the middle, and yeah, he's just... looks like something's just seized up at the rear. It is a red flag. Race has been stopped. So then, we start again here in China. 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go once again. Hamilton to the right, West to the left. It's a good start from both Ferraris, but they're going to have to stop again at some point surely. Hamilton will bolt off into the distance. And West is really trying to keep it together, but Russell and Verstappen are going to be right on West's tail. If he takes those mediums to the end, it will be a miracle. And well, Russell pushed to the outside and West has to try and defend. Verstappen's trying to get a nose in too. This might be quite a tight first couple of laps. Verstappen now on Russell and might have another go. The official word from Lando Norris, by the way, was he's been disqualified anyway because he's been parked in a dangerous position, reportedly, by the steward, which is not true because he didn't really have much choice about where he parked. This is the nature of the failure. Like I said, he's not finished the first 2 races of the season and he really needs these championship points. But Hamilton bolting off into the distance on fresh tyres, and I think West has been asked to back him up. This is a very interesting development then. West has been asked to back up the pack and allow Hamilton a pit stop. This could be, well, this could be awful for the races of Russell, Verstappen and Piastri. Maybe even Alonso too at this rate. It's happened before. Remember Perez in 2021, Abu Dhabi. And well, Russell back up into P1, P2 sorry. Verstappen's also clipping on the heels. West looking towards the inside again and trying to get the move done. He does get the move done. Well, holds firm, but this is sort of working for Ferrari. It's not the best plan in the world. I don't know if this is plan C, plan D or plan E at this point, but the red flag certainly didn't help them. I'm sure they probably preferred a VSC or a safety car, but well, Verstappen will be right on the heels now of West as we come through this second sector of the Shanghai circuit. He's sweeping right and left. Well, Verstappen, he's close, isn't he? He's very, very close. And West just needs to back him up just a little bit more. 3.6 seconds the gap between Hamilton and West now. Slowly rising. What do you do to back him up? Do you just brake earlier? Well, let's see the race restart again. This is Oscar Piastri. Well, it looks like he gets a brilliant getaway. Initially, he does get a really good getaway. And then, oh, does he go 4? Oh, 4 wide and collides with Tsunoda, and then Pearce almost goes up to him as well. Well, Piastri's going to have to stop again, remember. And this is Lance Stroll. Ah, that's why he's not in the running anymore. I think he's had Engine issue then. Okay, Lance Stroll out of the race on lap 15. Well, West can just back the pack up and let Hamilton have a large enough gap so he can get a good pit stop in. If there's a safety car or a VSC, this plays right into Lewis Hamilton's hands. So this is true gamesmanship and teamwork from Ferrari to try and secure a win. Will it work? I'm not entirely sure. Look at Russell on the outside of Verstappen. He's really trying that one. Still going to hold it. The two rivals spoke after Abu Dhabi quite publicly in the media about respect on the track, on and off it as well. I think we lost a few. But Lewis Hamilton, 4 seconds now after 2 laps. Can you try and hold? So Ferrari decide to bring Hamilton in. Then it might not work, this entire plan, but it depends how bad Lewis's tyres do get when it comes round time to the pit window. And here comes Verstappen. He's going to try maybe not quite have a look at there. West goes a little bit deep, but Verstappen on those fresh hard tyres, he'll be able to go straight to the end on those. No problem about that. Pirelli have been very open about how long their tyres are going to go this season. So teams can predict their strategies, and we can predict them here at home as well. But Oscar Piastri up to 4th, past Russell. He's having a brilliant race, Oscar. And Verstappen, oh my word, West almost cut him off. And, well, I think there'll be a... goes deep as well to try and for good measure. Oh, Verstappen, he's drifting again. Saw to Russell earlier, but you can see 6 seconds the gap, and Piastri's now on Verstappen. Gonna give it a go. Oscar Piastri down towards the hairpin, and well, he might have gone West too. And oh, it's tight. It's a bit too tight for my liking, if you ask me. But Verstappen and Piastri side by side through the last corner, and well, straight up. What a perfect bit of work from Max Verstappen. Piastri, though, still on the back of that Red Bull. And well, those soft tyres are certainly working well, but however long they'll last, we do not know. How much he burns out of those tyres initially will be really interesting to see. West, I don't think, is doing enough in terms of backing up the pack here. And the gap's at 7 seconds. We will see if West does enough to try and give Hamilton the best pit stop he can. And well, Verstappen's pulling out and trying to get the move done on West. It's going to be a... oh, contact! He moved in. Verstappen moved in and barged West out of the way to try and get the move done. And now, this is the first time West has properly actually been behind since the restart of this race. West now on the back of Max Verstappen, pulling to the left, to the right hand side, sorry. And now Verstappen filing in behind. Piastri's also trying to get the move done. And well, look to the outside. Piastri really tries it. And, well, Verstappen has to file down and settle for 4th at this point. Well, the reason why the cars are all so close, you've probably not noticed this so far. Yeah, oh, West trying to drive Piastri off the road. Not quite enough. But Verstappen here, maybe not quite it. And, well, the McLaren, the Ferrari. Not quite it for... and Verstappen trying to hold the outside and maybe having a go. West has no traction to drive off that. And this is going to be 3 wide. Oh, almost Verstappen can't get there. West down the inside once more on Piastri. Russell in the background, and Alonso and Tsunoda side by side going through the back, going through this long section of corners. Tsunoda up through, nothing to 6th. Gap now between Hamilton and West, 9.3. It's going to keep growing by the minute. 9 laps to go here, the Chinese Grand Prix here in Shanghai. Well, Hamilton has got to try and pull out a bit more time before he can make this stop, or he can just keep going to the end. To be honest, West is doing all he can to try and keep behind. Piastri, though, side by side with West, nothing to separate them. As we go down towards the hairpin, Verstappen makes it 3 wide. This could be the move that maybe settles the race. Contact between Piastri and Verstappen. West just swoops back round the outside. Now this is exactly what Ferrari want. Is just these two battling behind them, and everyone having their own battles. And I think no one in the pits yet for Ferrari out in the pits yet. They might call a bluff, but well, the longer this goes on, the more likely. I really do not see how. We'll see a replay again. This is Verstappen. He tried the inside, and Piastri just went to defend it, and he's put himself there. He's just gone into the side of Oscar Piastri. I don't get why he's done that. Piastri squeezed him. He didn't have a lot of room because he had West on the left, but oh, I don't know about that. He's turned in. They're not really given the room. Would Verstappen have had the turning circle? That's the only thing I can think of was would Verstappen have had the turning circle to really actually make that move. Verstappen now trying the outside on West. Last late breakers. Yeah, that move from Verstappen, maybe a day late and $1 short. Right on board now with the Dutchman. See the lines West is taking to try and open up the corners just a little bit more and try and slow Verstappen down just a little bit. See the grip he's not got. Well then, Verstappen will have the DRS once again, going down towards the long hairpin, back down the back straight once again, but he's going to have a lot of pressure from behind. Piastri once again, Russell, Tsunoda, Alonso, Pierce and Antonelli too, and well, Verstappen goes for it. On West, it's going to be the drag race all the way down towards the hairpin. Piastri's going to try the outside too. West goes down there, and well, 3 wide going into the turn. It does work this time for West, and well, that's why to give this space. And they have enough turning circle to do it. But Hamilton, 11.7 seconds ahead, and he does box this time. Lewis Hamilton in the pits. He comes out. Well, he'll come down quite far down the field, but well, West could he could box as well. If Ferrari decide to, he could box too. And well, Sainz and Piastri also boxing. But will the rest of the field? This might not work for Ferrari. I have a funny feeling this might not work. And if they box West, it could be race all over for Ferrari. A race win thrown away. Verstappen would take another 25 points. And well, this could be a grandstand finish. West is not, he probably doesn't look like he's liking those tyres at all. The mediums don't maybe look happy. They have degraded a bit more than they think. Verstappen though, looking to make the move now. West trying to shake the toe. Look at the direction changes he's trying to make. Russell also getting involved too. And George Russell maybe looking down towards the inside. Oh, I think he got touched by Russell. And West has to go very deep. And he does lose position. And well, this could be. And re-enters a bit weirdly if you ask me. And well, he does box West into the pit lane. And well, and again, he's going to have to put on. What tyres is he going to put on? Another set of mediums. I'm not sure about that. Oh, he's slow on the right rear as well. And I don't know about that. That's probably hurt West's race more than a lot of people realise.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
Well, there we have it. Lewis Hamilton then, from 1st to 13th. And well, oh, he's gone very deep there as well. He's tried to, in the dirty air. He needs to pass these cars quickly if he wants to get some points on the board today. Well, some very valuable points for Ferrari. Esteban Ocon is in Lewis Hamilton's way, and he really needs to try and clear him as soon as he can. Sonny Hayes in front in 11th, Behrman in 10th. Well, he will have DRS going down the backstretch, but it's going to be hard because it's essentially a DRS train. Hayes defending the inside, Ocon trying to make the move done, and it's very even, but I think it might just be enough. The vote to hold on, and Hamilton behind is getting even more frustrated. This has not worked out as a strategy for either of them this afternoon. Tsunoda's also in the pits, and well, with 5 laps to go, you'd think maybe actually it might be best to keep them out. But Joshua Pearce, well, this is incredible. In the APX GP, he's up to 3rd now. Antonelli 4th, Duhan in 5th, Hulkenberg in 6th, Gasly in 7th, Lawson 8th, Behrman 9th, 10th Ocon, Hayes, Hamilton, Piastri, Sainz, West, Tsunoda, Albon, Hadjar, Bortoletto, Alonso, Stroll, and Norris are the 2 retirees as well. That's your running order for well, Verstappen holding quite a nice lead over George Russell, 7/10 at the moment, and George Russell will hopefully try and pick it up. And well, Mercedes have really picked up their game this weekend in comparison to Australia. They've really struggled in recent races to get the pace, of course, and well, Joshua Pearce now under pressure from Kimi Antonelli. Antonelli looking for his first podium. He's become the 2nd fastest driver to ever win. Get on the podium, sorry. He'd become the fastest ever rookie driver to win a race too, if he, well, happened to have the chance of winning a race today. Well, Pearson doing it right on the back. Hulkenberg too. Maybe looking to sneak into that top 5 too. Joshua Pearce still going, looking to try and get a move done, maybe on Kimi Antonelli. Well, Verstappen and Russell. 5 to go. This could be the battle we need to watch. No more risk of a Ferrari. They've probably really thrown away the strategy here today once again in typical fashion. I think they might end up at Plan Z by the end of this race. Of course, Hamilton's have not been that happy down the radio. Neither's West either. Into pit. Verstappen controlling the race. Russell in behind. He's keeping a nice distance to try and maybe score some big points here today. Russell and Antonelli to be a double Mercedes podium. First since Las Vegas last year, 2024, when Russell and Hamilton topped the podium. Alex Albon also bits from the pack, and well, he'll be delighted to know he's 4 seconds off the lead, or 4 seconds off Fernando Alonso in 19th. Well, this is the closest Russell's been so far. 5/10 off, and really still trying it for Max Verstappen. He's closer than ever. Antonelli 5.6 behind, and slowly dropping off, but I think his position's safe for now. Josh Pearce is 2 seconds off him now. I think the Mercedes will have a very happy afternoon, maybe celebrating this one. Keep an eye on the back markers, though. It's looking like Sonny Hayes is in 12th at the moment, with Piastri in 13th. Hamilton's just gone up into the top 10, passing Oliver Behrman. And Weston Tsunoda 14th, 15th. Considering they were fighting for the win. And Russell and Verstappen, well, closest they've ever been now. I must say, this is the closest they've been. Russell really trying to find a little gap to try and put a front wing down the inside. Here we go then. Russell right on the back of Max Verstappen. Oh, he goes deep, and Russell's going to try it. It's going to be a drag race now, all the way through the sweeping left-hander. And Russell can't quite get it. Verstappen has to block it off, but well, it's not to be. Not quite to be for George Russell. There's going to be more opportunities. One more DRS zone down that back straight, and it probably will be used eventually. Here he is then. George Russell 0.48 behind Max Verstappen. Down the back straight we come, and well, the gap is not really coming down, unfortunately, and George Russell might regret that a bit later. Verstappen probably using all the electrical energy he's got available to him. And well, as we come across the line, with 2 laps to go, George Russell really has to try and make a move if he wants to win this race. Mercedes look good in testing. They look good all throughout this season. Unless Australia, all throughout last season, sorry. Apart from Australia being a blip, this might be their finest hour of the season. They can get a win with George Russell here in China. Russell looking maybe down on the inside of Max Verstappen. He's defending brilliantly, the Dutchman, but West going down the inside, a knock on, and right down the inside, and both Ferraris back into points, but it might not be enough. West and Hamilton will be absolutely furious in their debrief later, and probably will share with us in the media pen a bit later about what actually was the thinking behind this strategy today. But it's really not helped them, and I suppose they are the lucky couple that have actually maybe done better off this strategy than most. But Lewis Hamilton now right on the back of Pierre Gasly. Well, we're talking about Jack Doohan actually. He's up into P4 at the moment, so it's the highest an Alpine's been since Sao Paulo 2024. Famous double podium when Max Verstappen came through the field. Well, Lawson going past Hulkenberg and really trying to get past Hulkenberg. Nicely done from the Kiwi. Well, West and Hamilton swap sides, and well, West can't quite make the move stick, and Hamilton goes back through. well, West going swooping around the outside, quite make it get it done, but the two Ferraris, they can't touch, they've got to keep them points. One last chance maybe then, George Russell to make a move on Max Verstappen. Not long left to go at all. Russell then, right on the back of Verstappen, 0.8 of a second, 1 DRS zone left to go. And this is where you probably want to use all the battery, everything you can to try and defend. Max Verstappen, one last time down this main straight, down this back straight. George Russell will have the DRS, the slipstream, all the battery power available to him that he's saved. And well, that gap is coming down, it is coming down, but it's not going to quite be enough for George Russell today. Max Verstappen, he won in Australia, he's took the pole off Alonso off the line, but Max Verstappen is going to come home to win the Chinese Grand Prix. A brilliant race for Red Bull, and he will maximise his points tally again in the World Championship. Russell in second, Antonelli in third, and well, there's a scrap behind to see who's probably going to take the last points position. Looks like it's going to be Nico Hülkenberg. It will be Nico Hülkenberg. West and Hamilton up into 8th and 9th. A poor strategy day for them, but a wonderful, wonderful win from Max Verstappen. From start to finish, relentless. A perfect day from Max Verstappen in Shanghai. It's 2 from 2 in 2025 for the Dutchman, and well, a brilliant day to get a second victory of the season. Russell and Antonelli round out at the podium, and Antonelli getting his first podium in Formula 1. Well, the two Mercedes getting some big points on the board. Jack Doohan and Gasly in the Alpines getting some big points for Alpine as well. Joshua Pearce gets his first points of the season in the APX GP. But the two Ferraris down the order in 8th and 9th, but Hülkenberg also picking up some points in the Sauber. And Lawson as well in 6th, picking up some big points for the Racing Bulls. Speaking of the championship then, Verstappen will top the table once again with 50 points. Russell moves up to 2nd with West in 3rd, Hamilton down in 6th, but some big points on the board as we go next to Japan.